G'day everyone, and in this little short clip on Raft, I'm looking to make a supplementary video to my how to use the Raft receiver video, which has actually been going pretty well, but there's a little bit of confusion about sailing mechanics in Raft, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. Oh, and just in time a dot's turned up in front of me, which is fantastic. We'll use that for the example. Now, when you first start the game and you've got your little 2x2 raft, to know which direction you're going, you don't have anything yet, you will see these little white trails behind the raft, and this indicates the direction that you're going. And so we're actually traveling in this direction towards the sun, and as we can see, the trails are trailing behind us, indicating that that is actually the back of the raft at the moment, and we're heading in this particular direction. As you get some materials, you'll then have the ability to make this streamer, and the streamer is actually telling you exactly the direction that you're actually going in. And so I know based on the wind that that is the direction that I'm actually going. Now, once you actually get up to the point that you've got the receiver and you actually want to head towards one of these dots, a lot of people say that, oh, I'm heading towards the dot, the number's getting smaller, but then all of a sudden the number starts going down again and I'm no longer going closer anymore. And people sometimes just not quite sure how to work that out. And so before you get the steering wheel, the next item that you'll be utilizing is the sail itself. So if I open this up, we want to go slightly to the direction that we're actually going. But you need to understand that pointing it in the direction that you want to go isn't enough. All you're doing is affecting the wind. So the streamer is telling me that the wind is heading in this direction. By opening the sail slightly to the left, we should be catching some of the wind, and it will help push us a little bit to the left. It won't take us in exactly the direction of the sail, but we should be able to look behind us and we can see these trails. The trails have now changed angle. And so we can, if we followed this line, we would know that we're now heading in this direction instead of towards the sun. So we've changed angle ever so slightly. And so you can keep adjusting that by turning the sail. So here we can actually see that R to rotate it slightly. And so we can change different directions. Knowing which way that sail is actually working, it has a curve. And one thing to note is that you can't go backwards. So if I was to turn that completely the opposite way so that it is exactly in the direction or the opposite direction of the wind, we now have come to a standstill. There's no little streamers in the water at all trailing along, and you can see that the things in the water, they've virtually come to a standstill. We are ever so slightly creeping forward into the wind because you can't completely stop it, but we've slowed right down and we're no longer going anywhere. And so if we want to head to this green dot here in the top left, we would turn that slightly that way, and we know that if I look at this, that line there is straight ahead of me at the moment, and that line there will be on the 45. So I actually want to go at a 45-degree angle that way. So, I've got to close the, oh no, sails up, it's good. And that kind of looks like a 45-degree angle heading that way. So we're kind of heading in a 45-degree angle that way, which is beautiful. That's exactly what we'd want to do. And so given enough time, this will shrink down and eventually we will arrive at that particular island. Anyway, I hope this helps people in understanding a little bit about the sailing mechanics in Raft, as this seems to be the most common question that comes up on the Raft receiver video. If you're interested in learning about how to use the Raft receiver navigation, feel free to pop over to that video. I'll leave a link in the description, and there should be a link up the top as you're viewing this to take you straight there if you want to have a watch of that little quick video as well. Thanks for listening in, and catch you in the next one.